venison and pork chili. Thanks for coming back to my channel for another video. Here's some beans that I grew from my garden. It's approximately 2.5 cups. Some green peppers chopped up and frozen, onion, tomato paste, kidney beans, dark and light, some stewed tomatoes, salsa, tomato sauce, various seasonings, chili powder, cumin, hot peppers, chili powder, smoked paprika, garlic, also cayenne from my garden, deer tenderloin, and some butterfly chops. Let's get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is prepare your meat. This is not like a ground beef chili. This is more of a whole chunk meat. So make your pieces as small as your family can chew. So if you have small children, you're going to want to cut it smaller. The tenderloin is really nice to cook with, but you do have to incorporate some fat into the deer meat because it's so lean. So that's why I cooked it with some pork chops, and I used a little bacon grease in my frying pan. So we're going to brown those, make sure they're fully cooked, and then we'll start adding in the green peppers and the onions. Chop to your liking. It's the nice thing about having a garden and trying to grow things from your own yard, that you have these things readily available. So here we're going to cook those down until they're a little translucent and soft. And then we're going to add in our spices. I love making chili on cold winter or fall days, and even better when it's meat that somebody has brought to us and processed. Here we go. We're going to use some cumin, so 2 tablespoons, 4 tablespoons of chili powder, 3 tablespoons of, that's a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 3 tablespoons of garlic, 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika, salt and pepper to your liking, and there you go. You're just going to dump that right into your meat and let that cook in there with it. You can adjust your seasonings as you see fit as you're tasting the meat before it goes into the crock pot. Start this early to make your meat nice and tender. And if you are using beans that you had for your garden, you're of course going to have to rehydrate them for 24 hours, but you need to cook it for a while. So I was cooking this for about 6 to 8 hours. So I started very early. I was at my mother-in-law's and we were visiting. So you're going to pour that all in your crock pot and then start dumping in your beans. They're just black beans. Use the beans of your choice, whatever you like. Everything just is drained for the beans though. I'm going to put in 1 can of kidney, light and dark. And then I'll throw in those stewed tomatoes. For this size of a crock pot, I had to use 3 of the stewed tomatoes and 1 full jar of tomato juice. And that is my homemade salsa, which is giving some heat. So the jalapenos that I would normally put into my chili are in my salsa, so that works. So these are all the full quart jars that I'm using, that I've canned from all the tomatoes that I had over the summer. And it'll all boil down. All of the water content will boil down and thicken. The tomato paste, I bought 4 cans. I only used 1, but depending on how long it sits will be how thick it gets. Now the secret thing I add to mine is I add a little bouillon. So you'll see I add 4 cubes of bouillon at the very end to add to this chili. I really hope you enjoy making chili. I do. You can make it any which way you want, but this was nice to have a little venison and some pork in it. Thanks for coming back to Busy Lady Life channel. Hope to see you again. Thanks for stopping by.